Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We'll be starting here in about 11 minutes. I'm going to go make myself some coffee because Eric is a sleepy boy. And we're going to be talking all things Gen Con today. Start of the new LAUGHAL for the month. And of course, hear about Riddle's first time at Gen Con. I'm excited to see what he got to see because my butt worked 20-hour days and only walked the hall for 30 minutes. So much so that he had to be a kind soul to pick me up a game that I didn't even have time to go get. More of that here in about 10 minutes. Get your StreamLoot cards ready. If you're not used to the show, your job is really simple, everybody. If you want to get entries into the LAUGHAL for the month, you got really two ways to do it. You can pick up kofi if you just want to buy raffle tickets into it and you're not able to play cards that make us laugh. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you don't think you're funny this morning. Maybe the coffee hasn't kicked in. Otherwise, you can use StreamLoot cards as a way to do this. StreamLoot cards, you play them. If you make riddles laugh through me reading it, you get an entry into the drawing. There's a bunch of different cards in there, so read the rules as you play them. Because you got combat cards. If you roll over in chat by hitting exclamation point 1d20, you get more than one entry on some of those. And then trivia. And boy, Goblin crushed trivia last week. Mime Goblin decided that why do one when you can fill all the pies on one of our lovely little models for our trivia? And they got tons of points into it. And it was a crazy drawing last week. We'll talk more about that on the show. See you guys in about 10.
Are you a bastard? Did you do this to me again? Yeah.
How you doing, Riddles?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey, man. I barely saw you at con. I didn't get to sit down and do anything or talk to you or play games or anything, so I figured
I know.
now was the time to mess with you.
We were both running around getting our own shit done.
Boy,
man. It's all good.
I was busy as could be this con. This might have been the most work-oriented con I've ever had to do.
Oh.
Like, I was like 20-hour days, getting as much done as possible. It was intense. It was the most intense I've worked for a show in a really, really long time. And like PAX Unplugged was a lot of work, and this was more.
Well, I mean, do you have a lot? This is a lot more concentrated than PAX U.
Yeah. I would tend to agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. It's a concentrated but it's bigger, and it's concentrated on just like table games and board games.
Yep.
You don't have any video games really interrupting the flow of anything.
No,
else
it's table, board, and minis.
Yep. So that was really, this was my first time in a con like that, where it was really just focused.
Yeah, it's hyper focused. I mean, it is the largest tabletop gaming convention in the world. Like it's not even really a question. It's a fact. There was so much to look at. Every friend of mine that went through the halls said that they felt like they missed stuff.
Oh, I know I did. I mean, we were just talking about that earlier. Like, I actually had intentions of stopping by the Dwarven Forge displays.
Yeah.
And doing little videos and stuff. And I was so wrapped up in everything else going on, I missed Dwarven Forge. And they had a decent sized display. I'm like, how the hell did I just look over and miss this completely?
I brought stuff to record, like do live shows and shit. I only ended up interviewing like one person and test running the new talk show, but I was so fucking busy that it just.
Oh yeah.
There's just no way.
I was nonstop. It was. I mean, the most I got out of stop, or closest I got to stopping, was like when I would go, as I did it for you, I did it for Eric over at Norse, just running around finding stuff that you guys were interested in and getting you hooked up.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you very much for that. Did you have fun overall at the con? Was this a show you would go back to?
I would absolutely go back to this. I just would not fly American Airlines.
Would not fly American Airlines. Is there a reason for that?
I'm sure everybody in chat followed along as I was bitching on Friday.
Did it not go well for you?
So no, it did not.
Yeah. You know what though? I'll be honest. Everybody had those issues flying wise. Like, I know people who are leaving the show from Cobalt Press. They had to stay an extra day.
Yeah.
There was just their flight just got straight up canned. One of my buddies drove home to Buffalo instead from Cypher Unlimited. Like, it was not good. Flights are bad right now.
Yeah, I had 2 flights canceled basically, and I was 13 hours delayed.
Holy Nikes, dude.
And that's after working with them and driving 2 hours to another airport.
That's what you did afterwards, or on the way in?
The very first interruption I got was I was going from Tucson to Dallas. There was a 1 hour delay. I only had a 1 hour layover, so they weren't going to be able to connect me, weren't willing to hold on to the flight. So their thing was they were going to put me up overnight and then fly me out in the morning.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that. What do you have in Phoenix? I'll drive the 2 hours to Phoenix and I'll fly from there.
Well, so chat's like American Airlines. I like to say this.
Delayed for 4 hours.
It's all airlines now, everybody. It's not just one. Like, my lady works in the airport. It's every airline now. Every airline is kind of screwing people over, not wanting to do anything because they can't. It's like the old days of cell phone service where you sent letters in when you were unhappy, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll get to you."
There's actually a bill going into Congress right now that will make airport or airline companies more accountable for things like delays and lost luggage. Because right now they're not accountable, which gives them, they can delay you a whole day and not really
they hold all the cards
about it unless you bought the insurance.
They hold all the cards, and that's just another way for them to make dollar bills.
Yeah, but I mean, luckily on this one, I did buy the insurance, so we're going that route as well as we sent a letter to AA and just to hey, this was not cool.
No,
everybody I worked with, and yeah, let me reiterate this real quick, but everybody I worked with, everybody that I talked to face, were amazing. They were absolutely incredible people, just trying to do their best with the bullshit policies that corporate had in place.
Yep.
Corporate is the villain. Corporate is the one that screwed me over and made things a nightmare.
You mean corpos were bad guys?
Yes. So by no means.
No way.
Yeah, no. Anytime you have situations like this, you always have to keep that in mind. That
no matter how frustrated you are,
is not responsible.
It's usually not the person behind the counter.
Yep.
It's usually I got somebody back in the corporate office smoking a cigar on an airplane.
So I got a lot of thank yous from the people that I worked with and communicated with because of how
you got to be
handling myself in this situation.
Yeah. You gotta honey gets you more in this situation. It really, really does.
Oh yeah. So
So riddles, what all did you pick up?
Well, not COVID.
No, me either. I'm clean. I love how we laugh about it now. It's even better. What all did you buy?
Oh geez.
What are you most happy about? I'm so mad I missed the Marvel booth. I went back twice. I just did not find it. I know where you said it was, but
I got to play the Marvel game.
Yeah, is it better than beta? Did they listen to everybody?
Yeah, it was absolutely better than the playtest. The rules have been shifted so much from the playtest to now. They've addressed a lot of issues that was in the playtest. And to that point, there were 5 of us at the table that were brand new to the game. We hadn't played it yet. Oh. And within minutes, we had all picked up the rules. It was that simple.
They're oversized dice too. They're like fatties. Mine says bought pasta for the War Duke. Oh my god.
I think my copy might be in the living room. But if you look at they color coded the sides. Dude. So the sheets are color coded.
Yeah.
The rule for section for rules is like this.
Yeah, I know it's small. It's mostly your options and making shit, right?
Yeah. The biggest section is characters, the biggest section is making your own character. The second biggest section is pre-gen characters.
Yeah.
And that's
how do they balance power levels?
Well, everybody has a rank.
Okay.
And the advisement is to not go too far out. If you have a rank 2, don't put a rank 6 with them. It just because then you end up with power disparities. I hate to say it, there's a lot of power disparity within the Avengers itself.
I mean, there's power disparity in comics. They're not made to all work together.
Yeah. So
Daredevil works the streets. You know what I'm saying? He's not a galactic superhero.
No. I mean, you'll see them, and that's one of the aspect of the first adventure set they're putting out.
Yeah.
Is the Kang one.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 5 adventures in there.
Because they need to do all the different ranks.
Power levels.
So is it basically if you're within 1, if it's a scope of 3 together, you're all right?
Yeah. Because our range was, we had mostly 2s and 3s in our group. I think we had 1 4 in our group that we did. And I had a blast.
Is this something that you see yourself running and playing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to pick it up.
I already want to run a game, so
I'll have to pick it up. If I can order their stuff online, I'll order a set.
And that's the thing. I believe Marvel is, as I understand it, from everything I've read so far, is only distributing the game through their normal channels. So you'll be able to get it at Target or Amazon, things like that.
Yeah.
But finding it in your local gaming shop might be a little bit more of a challenge.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Be honest, I wasn't expecting to hear that.
So I know they have agreements with Diamond. So if your game shop has anything with. I don't have a retailer login for Diamond, so I don't know.
Well, let's look it up. What's the name of the game? Marvel. What is it?
Marvel Multiverse.
All right. I'm looking on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Is it pretty
dice art? What's that?
It's a pretty split cover. It's like
yeah,
Spider-Man Spider-Man. It looks like Wolverine's on here.
Yeah, it's a pretty split dynamic on the cover.
Finding the dice might be hard though, is what I'm thinking.
The dice are the hard thing to find right now, but you can actually play it with 3d6. You don't need special dice to play it. You just need
but I want the special dice.
1d6 of another color. It's easy.
I want the special dice though.
Oh, I have them.
I know you do. You showed me.
And the nice thing about the dice sets, if you buy a dice set, there's enough dice in there for 4 people.
Oh, so really? Oh, that's really cool.
Yep. So you could have one set for the game master and 3 sets for players right out the gate just by buying one set.
Yeah, I don't see the multiverse dice in here anywhere. I see the Wakanda ones.
You could try the Wakanda isn't the same thing. You could try the 616. Try looking for 616 dice.
Maybe. I'll look around some. I was just curious because I wanted to show them on screen because they're really cool looking. Let's see, 616 marble. I put marble dice. Marble dice. So you played 2 events, and you say you sat on a panel for it as well?
Yep.
How did that go?
And that was one of the interesting things, like getting to talk to him about like what future plans are, certain applications, so on and so forth. Even just like myriad questions, because I like they don't have plans to do any of the movie stuff, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. But it would be more likely that you would see like Spider-Verse. Well, Spider-Verse is going to have its own thing, so it's got a
they are going to do a Spider-Verse.
Yep, that's the most recent book they just announced.
That's cool.
But they could be doing an Ultimates in the future and stuff like that.
How long do they have the license for? Did they say that? Because that's always been the big problem.
No, they're direct licensed with Marvel. So, Marvel's the one producing this. Marvel's the one shipping it. The whole 9 yards. This is a Marvel thing. It's not anybody like bought the license kind of thing. This is like Marvel got this guy and said, "Hey, make us a game," basically.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, man, they're in everything. They're in Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Roll20, Demiplane, Target, and comic book shops.
Yep.
That's
Roll20 and Demiplane. You can get the rules in there, which is really nice. Expensive, but really nice.
But what's missing is the ability to get the dice anywhere. I had a feeling this was going to be the problem. Yep, no dice anywhere. Well, I'll have to dig around for it and see if I can find it somewhere.
Yeah. Because every time they got a ship, because they got multiple shipments at the con of the dice, and every shipment they got sold out within an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll get easier as we go along. Or problem with dice, like if it was Star Wars Fantasy Flight games, you just couldn't get dice. It was a pain in the ass for like years and years and years. I'll see if I can't hunt them down somewhere.
I was talking to the guy who ran it, our game, and really, I mean, the rules are so clean and simple, but they still have that fun level to them.
No.
I really want to consider converting things like G.I. Joe.
Oh, God.
Because if you can make a Punisher character, you can make a Joe.
True. I mean, you need the flavor, though.
Right. I mean, you'd have to sprinkle in some flavor. You'd have to write some new skills and whatnot. But
you need a book.
Yeah. So, but it would be fun. It would be a fun little thing to consider, play around with.
So I got on a weird note. So I got this in the mail. I got my Paizo limited edition for Rage of Elements. They changed the colors. They don't match anything anymore.
Yeah, it's not burgundy like the other ones were.
This is like lipstick red. Such an odd choice to change it up again. I'm wondering if all of their new
color in your cheeks, man. It really does.
Funny. I'm wondering if they're gonna do those colors for all of their new stuff moving forward. Because they're doing the revised stuff.
I don't know. And it could have just been a cost thing too.
Nah, it's not. No.
So.
And then you found this and brought a copy to me signed. which is the mecha,
Yes.
evolved mecha
That's
plus
a tiny
monsters.
D6 system.
Yeah, I'm curious to play this. It's Gallant Knight. Now that I look at the names and stuff, I recognize. So Banana Chan worked on this, which is a friend of mine. She's an amazing designer. I don't recognize anywhere else in here offhand.
The core, they have multiple books. They have like, you know, your typical Dungeons and Dragons pair off. They've got this one. The cool thing about this one is that it's one of the few games I know of where you can actually play a kaiju.
Yep.
You're not just they don't just have rules in there for the Jaegers. They have rules in there for the kaiju as well.
Yeah.
There's a Cthulhu one where you can go. It's a multi-era kind of spanning Cthulhu. And there's
cool
other
art
ones.
here.
There's a super one, I believe, because they mentioned that as soon as I mentioned Marvel.
Very wild layout for the pages and shit.
Yeah. It's each through their books was very thematically.
Yeah, it looks like an old magazine almost.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the holiday edition of the Sears catalog to an extent.
It does.
Yeah, which I liked it. I liked it because it kind of gave you, because that was like back when I was growing up. That's
Sears
where
catalog.
you bought your giant robots.
So
was
Voltron, baby.
You know, so
I splurged on one thing. It's an OSR product. I'm not a big OSR fan. I don't play a lot of old school role playing or old system reference or whatever you want to call it. But this one was so gorgeous. There was really no way for $100 I couldn't get it. And he's not going to reprint it in this style. So let me go to solo cam. Oh, that's you. I want me. Damn it. Me, solo cam. So I picked this big monster up. It's thick. This is occult medieval old school role playing. It is a medieval, like, crazy black, white, and red and silver edition. He did a Kickstarter. He's not doing it again because he's like, it just costs too much. I'll reprint it, he said, but it won't be at this level. I'm just gonna pull the GM screen out just to give you an idea of the art for this. It is wild looking, like black, red, and white artwork. Very cool looking. Actually, no, I'll show you the Crusaders and stuff. Here's like some of the token pack. Right? Really clean token pack. And then like a sample of the monsters. And they're front and back. Which is ridiculous. Black and white in color. And I think that's to do with wounds. And the reason I picked it up was all the maps that are in here. They have a bunch of little handout maps and layout maps and city pieces that are all done in that same kind of style. So I picked it up, asked the guy, you know, how does this run? What is he? He's like, it's a super over-the-top, medieval, violent role-playing game that uses OSR. It has kind of a hex crawl rule to it. The art was just so gorgeous I couldn't turn it down. So I'm looking at this. I don't know if I'm going to run it right away. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I want it for like at home, maybe. Maybe I'll run an at-home game of it. Something fun. It's just gorgeous. I know. I don't know where you got that at.
Yeah, you might want to talk about this because you know more about it than I do.
I mean...
Is it on screen? Can people see it?
Yeah, people can see it. So... we went back and forth a lot in the Cobalt Dens when we were talking about all this. And we kept telling Wolfgang we need to print it. It'll sell out. Do you remember what happened with Pathfinder when they printed their beta? Now those books sell between $500 to $700, right? And he's like, finally, editorial won over. And we did a quick print run. I think we made like 300 of them. 400 of them, maybe. And we wanted them for our GMs at the table, running everything in our community play. We did over 300 tables. I think we did.
The inside of this thing is gorgeous, man.
I know.
I mean, they are not.
No, and that's just like a quick print. Like that was like a 30-day turnaround print.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, that printer was in Sheboygan, out here, in Milwaukee or in Wisconsin. So it's really well. It's done really well. We had 300 tables. We had, I think, 10 VIP games. It went amazingly. Our live show crushed. So overall, it was a really positive praise for Tales of the Valiant. But what I want to talk about more than anything else is the goddamn dice boxes sitting on your table. The secret time that we were not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, I've had this in my wheelhouse for about, 2 months now?
I mean, I think we started talking in July.
Yeah. So if you've been following me on social, you probably have seen these little guys.
They're so fucking pretty.
Look at the interior. I mean, just your interior alone layout. I love this.
Yeah.
I think you've got a nice inlay for the top where you've got
built-in dice tray.
Yeah. So you got a dice tray along with it. I mean, this is just a really, really.
There's no slop.
Yeah. No, there's no sliding around. It's very tightly fit. It's a good piece.
Right.
I will note for the stream and for these pieces here. I think we talked about it a little bit last time before I left, but aromatic cedar can be very challenging to work with because it's a soft wood and it has a lot of knots.
Yeah, I like the character that it gives, though.
Yeah, so this was a little more challenging, and as I understand at this point, cedar is most likely not going to be an option when they list it on.
Oh, really?
Right.
I love cedar, man.
The failure rate was kind of high.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a softer wood. It's knotted. Yeah. It's not consistent. It changes with temperature a lot.
Yep. And because it's a long grain wood, where you have your grains actually run very long.
Etching is a pain, I bet.
The other woods, if you get a crack between those grains, it goes a long way.
It does.
Yeah. So.
But they're so pretty, and so they're super light.
Yes, they're
really
light.
thinly milled. They're not thick. Like it's definitely the next evolution of dice boxes. Yeah. And it's 3 dice sets in it.
Yeah, it fits 3 dice sets. I mean, I'm not trying to knock anybody on this by any means, because there is a place for heavy, durable boxes.
Maybe if I'm in the military deployed.
Well, anyway, so yes, the boxes that I used to do before. I do not have any hate toward that, but these are a third the weight. A third of the weight, which means that my shipping, when I ship these out, is not premium. It's not priority mail.
Yeah.
I can ground mail and save some money.
Did you ask them what made them and how they were able to do it so thin on this one compared to before? Is it new machines? Like, what changed?
Oh no, this is elderwood.
I know, but what changed for them? Like, this is thinner than the stuff they've done before.
I don't think so.
Oh, I 100% think so.
Okay.
I'm holding one of their dice boxes right now, and it's definitely thicker than that.
Oh. Well, but anyway. No, I don't know. I don't think it was an equipment change. I think it was just a desire to really, and they had some motivation from Norse Foundry. So to kind of get this done.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh God,
I know.
Those are so good looking.
So we have 6 different designs, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to fit them all on screen at once.
What's that one on the far right, Riddles?
We'll get to that one once we have the this is the Matrix of the Fae.
Okay.
Which is known to be popular on certain other things that I've done. So I really wanted to put this to this style.
Okay.
Box. The Sword of Destiny.
Nice.
If I count the post that Elderwood did on this piece, this specific box, because you can see where the knot is, it matches theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Then this would be the clear winner right now by a landslide. I take that a lot. Yeah. The koi fish.
Okay.
And the fun thing that I did with the design on this, and this is with just feedback from Betsy and everybody over there at Elderwood, we did a gradient. So there's a gradient in this. So
for the bubbles.
Instead of just the bubbles have this nice gradiated edge that go to the outside. So you have a nice solid piece, and then it just slowly slopes down into that groove, which I really, really, really like. So I'm probably going to play with that aspect in my artwork.
Have you painted one that way yet with a gradient like that, or is that brand new?
No, I have done. We have other ones that we did with gradients, and it was on Betsy's side. Betsy's the one who
Gotcha.
really kind of played with that and made it available, figuring it out on the machines and stuff with Greg, I think.
Okay.
So when they did the Dungeon Journal sets, the new Dungeon Journal hex boxes that have my designs on it.
Also gonna move your mic towards you.
What?
Your mic needs to be swung towards you, I think. Yeah, there
Like
you
that?
go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey,
As soon as I get over there, you're gonna say, you swing it back the other way.
Well, it's not my fault.
We have Moon Magic, which is
Popular.
a standard go-to.
Yeah.
And everybody, and the nice thing is, I adding the extra border around this, the frame, is going to make it a lot more interesting to paint, I think.
What do they name these boxes?
What's that?
What are they called? What's the name
right
of the
now we
box?
call
Like
them
box
triple vault.
style?
Yeah, I think they're just called triple vaults right now.
Triple vaults. Okay.
Yeah. This
Ooh.
is the Moon Goddess.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's a fun piece.
Yeah, that's gonna sell like crazy. All the Wiccan and craft fair witches out there, that's for you.
And then this is the one on the end that you were asking about.
Yes.
This is my chakras design.
That is fucking dope. It almost looks like henna.
Well, that's what this outer portion, the border that I did beside it, that is a henna design.
That is gorgeous.
Like similar elements as to what were used in the chakras themselves.
That's gonna be a hard one to paint, isn't it?
It's gonna be challenging, but I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it.
I love that.
Because I mean, like even with this, I had the idea, especially on certain woods, like aromatic cedar is a perfect example of what to do with this. You don't have to paint the outside. That's why I put the frame on it.
Right.
So I can do just the chakras themselves. Leave this in a kind of like henna vibe.
Or wash it or something.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
And right now, as the vote stands, Chakra is the winner.
Oh.
So it's ahead by one vote, but we haven't polled the audience. So we can poll the audience, see if things switch.
We can do that.
But right now, I'll put the top four that are in the top on here right now. So number one is Chakras. Moon Magic is number two.
Hold on here. I got to get to our live page to do a drawing. All right, drawing, but a vote.
Sword is number three. And Matrix is number four. So these are the top four right now.
All right, hold on here. Let's do a poll. Which one?
And I have another dice box.
Is this what you're wanting to paint this month? For next month?
What's that?
This is for September?
Yep. This will be what we're painting for the September raffle.
All right, so what's the first one?
Chakras.
Okay.
Moon Magic.
Moon Magic. Okay.
Sword of Destiny.
Sword. Don't have that much room. Yep.
And Matrix of the Fae.
Matrix. Hey. All right.
There's also another special side project I have to work on, given to me by Alex over.
Oh, really?
So Level Up Dice has that as a dice box.
Oh, yeah, I've seen. That's the ones that were done for Beetle and Grimm as well.
So,
same style. Vote is up, everybody. I'll leave it up for 10 minutes. Yeah, they pull apart. They're really cool looking.
It slides apart, so it's a slide out. There is foam on top on the inside of this to help secure your dice. It's really meant for your more fragile dice, your special gemstones, your glass, stuff like that.
You mean like all of their dice?
What's that? Yeah.
All of their dice?
They make metal ones too.
That's true.
Yeah. But this was like a prime. So I have been challenged on how to paint it, and so I have one for myself, and
Aurora
I have
Borealis.
back to Alex at the where for him to have to display and stuff.
Is that what it is? They want Aurora Borealis.
No. Actually, he's a huge fan of purple, especially if you went to the booth, you would know this. Everybody wears purple in his booth. And he's got this like crocheted dragon scale that he wears.
Oh.
That goes from purple to pink. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I love it. So I'm going to use that kind of effect and spectrum on his box.
Sure.
There's a new technique I'm going to use for it to get the scales done. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out for me.
Dude, the Matrix one, you could paint it in a Kirby style.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
You could.
Katie's like, there's a serving hand says there's one that does a gnome for, I think she said galactic bubble, cosmic bubbles. I was like, oh, fucking Kirby, baby.
This is kind of a Kirby style.
Yeah, very similar. Dude, I would dig a Kirby style on one of those.
Kirby as in Jack Kirby, not the cartoon
Jack Kirby, correct. Not Kirby as in the thing who can swallow anything like he's a goat.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So get your votes in. The vote.
We're not talking about the vacuum cleaner.
No. The votes are up right now. Get your votes in. Right now we're looking at 50% for Chakra, 25% for Moon, 25% for Sword. No one for Matrix of the Fae. That's sad because I'd love to see a Kirby piece. I might get one from you in a Kirby style. And then put my Marvel dice in it. Ooh, will Marvel dice fit in them?
Yes. The spell dice will fit in them too.
I mean, I know those Marvel dice were fatties.
Yeah. They're not that fat. Like this is one right here.
I mean, they're still pretty fucking big.
They're bigger than a standard, yes.
They're almost, I mean, they're not casino dice.
Even in the corners here, it'll fit.
No.
These little spots.
No.
Everything else.
Yeah, just not the small edge ones, right?
Yeah. Like this guy right here. I mean, it even fits there. You know.
Yeah. Such a cool design. I'm super happy with those, and I've been really into the artisan acrylic dice more than anything else lately. I did the woods for a while and stones, and I just realized
I missed getting to meet Yanir. I was upset about that.
I met a lot of people, so every day. What I learned at conventions is if I need to network and I'm going to be too busy, I just throw mixers at one hotel every time with alcohol and have everybody show up because they can show up after hours. Was that a painted one?
So this is...
It's got a mecha design to it.
This is I did an overly complicated version of the paint for this because I had originally intended it to be kind of a one-off, one of a kind that I was going to sell. But at Gen Con, something happened. So I cannot sell. Actually, I can, but I will not sell this one now.
Why?
I was at the Norse Foundry booth, and this is like my third stop at the Norse Foundry booth. And Eric the Duke told me that, well, right on the corner of the booth over there is Ed Greenwood. Wait, what?
You got it signed?
So Ed Greenwood, if you don't know, is he is Elminster. He is the
OG.
Yes, he is the father of Forgotten Realms. He started writing the Forgotten Realms in Dragon Magazine well before it was ever published in any of the other TSR products. So this man was a huge influence on my childhood, and I geeked out so hard in front of him. I was such a little girl.
He's funny. A really nice guy. I've shared a couple beers with him over the years.
But he saw this because I set it down on the table when I went to get my photo with him, and he really enjoyed it. And I'm sitting here like, I walked away after that little exchange, and then as I'm walking away, I'm going like, oh, wait a minute, he liked this, and I could have him sign it, and that would be like my little memory for this whole little experience. So yeah, that's mine.
I don't blame you.
But this is walnut.
Yeah, I want to see a zebra wood. I love zebra wood. I want to see a Baltic. I love the lines on a Baltic style. The what is it called? Baltic birch? Is it birch?
Might be. I don't know.
That's the one that looks like map lines. It looks like the elevation lines on a map. It's actually like a disease in wood. We've talked about it before. Spaltic. That's what it is. Spaltic maple. I've shown, I think, spalted. Is it spalted? It's spalted maple. S-P-A-L, yeah.
Yeah, spalted I love. Spalted maple.
I would love to see a spalted dice box for them.
I have 4 spalted dice boxes.
I have one, but I mean in that style because it's such a nice chonky area to design on.
I'll talk to the powers that be and see if it's something they can accomplish or not.
I don't see why not.
This was my favorite dice set that I did pick up this weekend, though.
Oh, what did you get? Here, let me put it on solo paint for you.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it to focus or not.
Oh, is that the new ones from?
Yeah, the Fey ones from Norse Foundry.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to look at them.
I mean, it's really hard to illustrate how they. This one in particular has kind of a color shift effect based on what angle you're looking at.
Yeah, you can see that on camera.
But like, I love what they're doing with the new D4s because the D4s actually have the number on top as well as on the edges, like you're used to.
Yeah,
which is it's a fun little piece. It's a fun little thing, but yeah, these were gorgeous. I saw them. I'm like, yeah, I can't not go home with those. I can't not go home.
I didn't
with
even
those,
look at him. It does look like mithril, Drew. I agree. Drew said, Jay, I want you to paint the interior of one of those with a space view and the flats, like you're looking out the window of a Death Star. Good luck on that.
That would be an incredible amount of work.
Actually, no, I don't think it'd be that bad. Because you could do like a splatter for the stars and just dot the stars and then repaint the edge to be the frame of a window. That wouldn't be too bad.
Actually, you know what?
Galactic inside.
I'll just reach out to them and see if they can replicate this pattern as the edge on the top.
Yeah, I think I agree with them though. It'd be cool if it was inside.
I'm gonna hold one thing as the reason why you don't do it on the inside, because your dice rubbing on it is eventually gonna wear
fuck out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
it looks like Chakras. Looks like Chakras is the winner.
Chakras is the winner. All right.
By 75%. So you get to paint the difficult one. And then for those who are just joining, this month's LAUGHAL is the lovely death box that we painted last month. It's works of whimsy design, painted by Riddles, running away from a burning town. It's an oversized one that slides apart. You can put cards in it, you can put minis in it, you can put foam in it, you can put dice in it. You could probably put someone's soul in it as a reliquary if you're a fan of Athontia, but what do I know? That is the one that is going to be for this month. I see we already had some cards played during our talking, so I'll get our cards ready to start getting the laughs ready. Mime is already in it. Mime's like, I played a bunch last month, didn't win, but our lovely serving hands sent the box to Mime instead, which is super sweet.
Very, very awesome.
Sometimes they're nice, but not always.
I was sworn to secrecy, so I couldn't say anything on stream.
Nah. The first one from Mime is, who is your favorite and why is it Jay? I mean, have you seen these designs? Oh my gosh. Here we go. It's kissing Jay's butt this month. Can feel it. Can feel it. So what are we thinking for this one? Is this the first one that you've painted of this style, right?
The style, no, because I sent you the link for the Raven and Moon. So this is already the Raven and Moon is already available on this.
No. I meant of this design.
This design, yes. This will be my first time painting this design.
What's that? What you shaking?
Huh?
What you shaking?
Ink.
You're gonna spray in your house?
What?
You're gonna airbrush? You're gonna spray in your house? Oh, it's not a spray container. I see. You just got bearings on the bottom of it.
Yep.
Hey, was Turbo Dork there? I looked on the map. I didn't see them.
Turbo Dork was not there, but Monument Hobbies was.
I missed them too. I need to talk to them about using their Death Knight.
Oh, they have speaking of monument, I didn't even think to mention this just yet. I have 12 new colors to play with.
Ooh, nice.
Because they did 2 more signature series. The first one is Ben Comey's.
Okay. Is that purple?
What's that?
Is it a purple?
Yeah, that was a dark burgundy.
Okay.
So in his set,
good for that, actually.
Burgundy. This is the petroleum brown I was telling you about.
Oh.
Okay. Is in that signature series.
Interesting.
The dark sea Ben.
Okay.
It's a special color he uses on his stuff on a regular basis. So that's why they named it Ben after him.
Nice.
Green oxide, which is great for doing your coppers and stuff whenever you want them to have that patina. Advanced flesh tone. And then we have a nice heavy warm white, which I've been waiting for this because most of the whites that I have right now are cool unless I go with an ivory. Ivory's the only warm white I've really got. So
yeah, I got a big bottle of an airbrush one that's a common used golden something. It's like an ivory color. I really enjoy for spraying highlight tones.
And then the other series is Matt Kess Sex Wish. CESWISH.
Okay.
Is the artist that this is inspired by.
Okay.
So we have a brown gray. So it's a muddy kind of gray. We have bone, which kind of surprised me. They didn't really have a good solid bone other than ivory. Dark bronze, which could be really fun to play with. The heavy titanium white. And what this is doing, opposed to their other one, is this is a thicker, so it needs fewer coats.
Oh, okay. That's actually really nice.
Yep. Dark emerald, which I'm thinking I'm going to try and blend with jade. And then dark crimson.
They're not on camera. You got to slide them down a little bit. There you go. Over the box.
Yeah,
perfect. No, yeah, you're good. Just needs to be over the box.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are actually really unique colors. That's not something you see in most paint lines. At all, actually.
I really, and I have more minis I got to paint too. Like this fat little guy I got from Norris Foundry.
Nah. Is that a dragon?
It is a little, like, baby dragon, basically.
Right. And suit
but
coat.
he's dressed with a leather jacket, a belt, and an explorer's hat with a whip on the side. So
Indiana dragon?
Indiana dragon. And this is a dice throne.
Oh, cool.
So you have him kind of like going to do the swap for the dice throne.
That's actually really cool.
Yep. And then, of course, I mean, you know about this one.
Swollbald!
This is from Cobalt Press.
Yep.
It's their effing cool
Yep.
pictures.
I love the Swollbald. He is my favorite. He is my mascot for Cobalt Press.
He's going to be an interesting one to paint. So
I want to get all of them and do every color of Cobalts.
That would be fun. Actually, I mean,
and do a Swollbald.
Really,
do a Swollbald Power Rangers group.
Guys. There's really no limit.
Swollbald Power Ranger group. For all the colors. So what are you thinking color-wise? What are we doing here?
For the chakra centerpiece, I almost want to do, because each chakra has a different color.
Yes,
it does
that's correct.
work as kind of a rainbow. So I'm kind of thinking something to that effect. I just don't know what I'm going to do behind it. I kind of like the idea of leaving a black behind.
Okay.
Basically filling the design, the border I've got with black, and kind of going from there, so that the colors of the chakras themselves really stand out. And the chakras would be a gradiated kind of color.
Oh, all right.
So you're gonna have a soft glow coming from the center to the outer edge of each chakra. Which is kind of like what I'm working on, I guess, or where my mindset is for it, I should say.
Go Swobald Rangers. Fact. Dun, 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 dun.
Is it gonna be your next game that you run?
No. You see Free League swept the Ennies, man.
What's that?
Free League swept the Ennies.
Oh yeah. No, Free League killed it at the Ennies. And even part of a good chunk of that was due to, I'm gonna say it, Johan. Johan's art.
Absolutely.
Dragonbane and Besson were huge contributions as to why. But even outside of that, they got like top publisher, if I remember right.
I was sitting there for it. I was literally, if you're watching Twitch, I was at that front table. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's. Speaking of, and I'm sure Scott will be happy about this, I waited until Gen Con because I didn't want to pay the extra shipping or have to hunt down a place when it was in stock. So I finally have my own physical copies of Morkborg and Cyborg.
Yeah. Oh, I picked up the record that was at the Morkborg booth. Did you pick that up?
No.
It's a full adventure.
What?
It's a full adventure inside the record. And the voiceover work on the very last track is Wayne from Darkest Dungeon, the narrator. If anyone here who played Darkest Dungeon, y'all know who I'm talking about. That guy's got the voice that you will always remember. He narrates it, and I was like, this is outstanding. For all those who are here, and I'm going to say this on all the shows I go through, the Dragonlance stuff is turned off, but they're going to get turned into our next show. So I will take all the cards that are there, I will duplicate them, and then I'll put the new images in place, and then anyone who already has cards in Dragonlance, you won't lose any. You'll get to start our new show, which will be Coriolis, whatever.
Coriolis.
You'll get to start with cards right out of the gate for that. So anyone who has Dragonlance cards that they're sitting on, they're just off right now because I'm in the middle of designing the new cards for the show. So you'll get new cards right out of the gate, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And then Corpse Talk is going to be once a month. We'll do the monster design show. It's going to be like a big 3 to 4 hour event once a month. And that's going to be designs and monsters. People can jump in. I'll be making artwork and designing stuff the entire time. And you'll be able to help upgrade the monsters and shit like that. Kind of like we did for Warpaint, but a little different. And they're going to be split cards where it's a die roll and a die roll and an effect for the game. Because they're all anti-player, all anti-person that's getting interviewed. They're literally just for me and you and you and me, and that's it. Just to kill the guest star that's going to be on. I signed 17 more people for Corpse Talk. So the way it's looking, I'm going to have to do more than one show a week, I think.
Nice.
Or I'm going to have to do a day of pre-recording. Like set it all up and like live stream like 3 or 4 of them in a row or something along those lines. I might have to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I'm going to run out of days, my friend. I'm going to run out of days. And then if you subscribe to StreamLoots, the 2 cards you get every month are currently part of the Dragonlance one. It'll stay that way. And then don't open them until the new show starts, and you'll have a nice stockpile of cards to start. Just for people who are wondering. Or maybe you'll get some more board cards. I haven't decided yet. But all that cards and stuff will get turned on. I basically need the rest of this month to design, and then we'll be back into shows in September. I'm going to do some design shows this week for Corpse Talk. Like I did for Dragonlance, I'm going to go live and see how well I can do and break and crush the system and ruin everything like I did last time. Because I kept crashing YouTube while I was making shit. So yeah. But I'm excited. I need my voice back though. I'm still a little scratchy.
Oh yeah. Being that you always kind of like have your ear to the wall basically.
Mm-hmm. To the ground, yeah, all the time.
What can you talk about that you know that's coming up that nobody is really privy to?
That's an oxymoron. It's a good.
Like, are there any cool things in the pipelines that you can talk about?
It's a good question. I can tell you, Alchemy has some really cool stuff coming out that I saw behind the scenes.
Okay.
For the VTT, I cannot say what. I can say I got to see a sneak peek of some things. It is awesome. I'm pretty sure they're going to be the virtual tabletop I use moving forward. I'll use Roll20 for some things, for ease of use for some people, but for my shows, I think we're moving to Alchemy. Especially as they polish and optimize, but there's two things getting added that I definitely am going to be using for Corpse Talk. I got a zine. Hold on here, let me grab something. This is new, but you bring my Dragonbane box set over. I can say that I'm going to be doing some more Dragonbane stuff with Breachers, with the engine. So here's this. This is the record. They said they're going to be doing really unique stuff like this more frequently. Like every show they try to do something, but I mean, it's a full record, and the record is like a smoky craziness. But Wayne June did the voice. Other things I can talk about. Can't talk about anything with Cobalt Press. I can tell you there's more previews coming out. I can definitely say that. More previews for stuff, which is good. I'm glad that they're going to do a couple more. Can I say anything about this? I'm looking through things in this bag. I can say that... Oh, Dungeon, for those who don't know, Dungeon Scribe's Kickstarter ends today. They're the oversized tarot cards for magic items for 5e. Any 5e, they're working with Tales of the Valiant. They're one of our partners. If you've never seen them, they're gorgeous. I just had the chance to interview Haas yesterday. I did not know that he was the writer, designer, and artist. So he made all of the 500 art pieces, designs with some people helping the background. Super cool. Can't talk about that. I have an NDA box next to me that I'm looking through. Can I talk about that? Oh, Beetle and Grimm. Beetle and Grimm have... Did you see their encounter cards?
Yes, I did. I saw the encounter cards, and I also got to see the limited edition Thief and Barbarian dice sets they did.
Yeah. You were at the booth with me for that.
Yep.
So they did an accordion box that's coming out. It's like the accordion folders you get to put like multiple files in, but it's two-sided and it's made to hold all their encounter cards. I may just get that. It's going to be somewhere between $60 to $70. I want it for conventions because I use oversized index cards, the big ones, for my notes and shit for shows. So I can just bring that thing and set it down. It'd be pretty cool. But their encounter cards are really nice. They're made to set over GM screen. I can tell you that's coming out pretty soon. That's not secret, but you might have missed it at the show. They kind of had it tucked away. I did talk to a really amazing mecha bioorganic artist while I was there.
Nice.
I might have them do the war paint cover. If anyone watched War Paint, there's a chance they might be doing that for me. Really amazing artist. I'm super excited. I got their Space Girl piece, which is in the wash right now. I don't have anything on the Paizo front. They're kind of being hush-hush. I didn't get to see a lot of my friends from then because my business wasn't with Paizo this year. It was with a bunch of other companies. Anything else? I do have something fun to talk about. So at the same time as Gen Con was EVO, which is the Street Fighter fighting game competition out in Vegas. Zaid, who's known as the Red Rapper, he also does Freestyle the News, made a full album for EVO. Asked him to do it. And I'll tell you what, that album is one of my favorite albums come out this year. It is absolute top-notch, full-fledged, pro-level fucking album. It's insane. It's absolutely, if you're a fighting game person, it's even like a love letter on top of that. But even if you're not, from hip hop to doom metal to, I mean, it has everything. And he did an intro song for all the major games, from Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear, Marvel got one. Like, it's all over the place. Tekken, he made one for each to fit the style. Really good, good piece. The album's on Spotify. If you look up Evil, you'll find it. It's awesome. But that's not involving Gen Con. That's just something that was cool.
Right.
Is there anything else? Did you see anything at Gen Con you could talk about? I got a lot of stuff I can't talk about. That's the problem. I signed a lot of NDAs this con, or friend DAs.
You know me, I run in a slightly different circle than you, so I don't get as much like stuff like that.
Did you see any cool maker stuff, like new artisans coming out?
Nothing that really inspired me too much.
Really?
There
Okay.
was, I'm trying to think. There was a shit. Who was it? I really liked it. It was one of the dice groups that was there. They've got a new bag coming out, or they're updating their bag of holding.
Is that the ones for the Gen Con booths? Is that what you're talking about? I met the guy at Eric Mona's little private bash on his patio. I met the gentleman who sources all their stuff. One of the coolest people in the industry I've met. Let me see here. Let me get his name just to give him credit. Brian Schmidt. Really cool guy. He was there with his daughter. He sources all this stuff. He's kind of like a one-man army, similar to ourselves. He sources it, and he helped make that bag and all that stuff. Really, really cool dude. So if you need to source stuff and want to get things made, I think I'm going to talk to him about making custom hoodies coming up, like a really limited run of hoodies for the second campaign for Athantia. Because I have a dream hoodie for this new moth logo with the lantern, and I want him to help me source stuff for it. See what the pricing is. Yeah. Oh, and for Corpse Talk. Corpse Talks is gonna be awesome.
They were, but no, they were handing out things that were, shit. I even got dice from them while I was there. Why can't I think of their freaking name up top of my head?
Crit Roll. Crit Run. Is that the one, Jay?
Don't think, maybe?
That's the booth that was right across, like kitty corner to us for Cobalt Press.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crit Roll, Crit Run, something like that. Yeah, they did the new Gen Con bag of holding. It's really nice. Drew, if you missed that, so Drew owned a bag of holding for a really long time. And it is sexy. It's crit roll, I think. Bag of holding.
Yeah, I think you're right. I got dice from them. They had a
roll crit. Roll a crit.
Roll a crit, yep.
Yeah, Drew, if you haven't seen it.
Kickstarter starting up for it.
There you go.
But that bag, I mean, what they were talking about, they upgraded a lot of the hardware. They took a lot of feedback from people who had the original one.
Yeah.
And revamped a lot of the materials and tooling so that it was much more durable and flexible in its usage.
Yep.
So,
it's low. They had a sample one there too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. I signed up for the Kickstarter on that. It's like it even has a barrel hole on the side where you could like put a rolled up map.
Yep.
I mean, obviously with like some of the stuff I do, I mean, being able to put a mat there or a map, either or.
Yeah, here, let me.
Really handy. Really, really freaking handy.
Yeah, Think Geek. So if I remember correctly, Roll a Crit came out of Think Geek. It's a lot of the same guys and girls that are working it. And the guy I met is the sourcer for all their materials and shit. And they were trying to level this up. Oh, I thought you did. Oh, okay. The Gen Con version. So he does all the stuff for Gen Con and Roll a Crit. It looks really cool. Actually, I'll put it on the screen for you all.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I am kind of like really excited for this.
It's a very clean box, a very clean bag. I'm excited for it. They took everyone's feedback and are making something awesome. With this up, we got a card. I'll read the card in a sec, but Riddles, you wanted me to show off the Raven and Moon using the new tri box, right?
Yep.
So this is the new tri box. It's the first one, right? The first one you painted to put up.
This is the first one I've put on site, so it's available now if you want to order it. I mean, it's a pre-order kind of thing, so I don't have them in stock, but
So
they will be available.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks is my average turnaround on those.
3 to 4. Okay, 3 to 4
on boxes in general.
And then you also wanted me to show off the dice trays from you and Works, right?
Yep, me and Jess are doing dice trays now. So it's the standard folding kind of dice tray, but it has a leather texture to it that's different than anything else I've felt as far as a flat rolling tray goes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of happy about it. That's why I decided to. I was
You're like, yeah, I'll do it.
What?
I said, yeah, I'll do it. They're really clean. You got 3 designs. The yin and yang. Looks like the Matrix version again, right?
That was Dice Goblin Daydream. I believe.
Daydream. And then
Is that one?
Hold My
It was
Mead.
inspired by the Matrix of the Fae.
Gotcha.
Design.
And hold my mead. And
Yep.
watch this. Actually, that's really funny.
I wish that design was more popular. The only place that design sells well for me is on Redbubble and Society 6 as stickers.
Huh.
People buy the hell out of that design as a sticker.
You should show Where the Gods Live, which is the guy who does all the drinking horns, right? I think they're snaps, not magnets.
Yeah, they're snaps.
And then you should show Jay from Swole Initiative. He's all about that. All about that Norse life.
Yeah. We'll talk about.
I think it'd be cool. I got to talk to him a little bit. He was on my show for Valiant Soil. And I got to talk to him a little bit afterwards. I didn't get to meet his wife though. She was there, but we were like on 2 separate sides. I was throwing a beer tasting. Yeah, they're snaps, Drew. I don't really have a preference for either or. As long as the magnets are strong, I'm okay with magnets. If they're not strong, I'd rather just have snaps. So are you painting these 2 differently? Trying 2 different techniques?
Because these are one of a kind. I'm not going to be able to get this on cedar again, so I might as well do 2 very unique styles.
Are you going to do this and sand it so the high-rise areas are...
No. I want this to have kind of that henna effect. So I'm using a transparent brown paint to kind of give it a little bit more of that henna color, which will be the base for this one. So it's going to have that henna kind of vibe around it.
Gotcha. So
back the other one, I'm going to leave the raw wood.
Gotcha. So back to some cards here. This is an oldie.
All right.
Madam President, the asteroid is headed directly for Earth, and there's only one thing that can stop it. Kirby bubbles made of Kirby's. Not soap. I like the not soap edition. Good job, serving hands. And we have a second one. Haven't heard this one in a while either. And I like that we're seeing some of the old ones come out. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage. Rage against sacks that don't hold much. God damn it. You got me that one. I didn't know what I was reading. I just did it live. Did it live. Oh, in your back? Yeah, I guess if you're using it to travel, Drew, yeah. I don't travel the rolling tray, to be honest with you. Fuck with those new dice boxes. I don't need to.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get these out on the market.
Dude, it looks so good.
It's hard to express how good they feel in your hand.
Yeah, you handed it to me. I was like, oh my God. Like, it's a very different experience holding them than it is looking at them.
Yeah.
It's the weight, it's everything.
Which means it's not going to be heavy in your backpack.
Nope.
It's not going to like be so heavy that it leaves scars on your books if you set it on top for like on your shelf for a long time. There's a lot of benefits to a lighter piece. I mean,
it just feels so like they feel like elven craftsmanship. Like,
yeah,
that's the best way I can explain it. Like, there's this level of, actually, there might be a little bit of Japanese craftsmanship where like the seam lines are perfect, everything lines up, there's no slop. They've taken acclimation of the material into mind. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Bravo.
Yeah. And this was something that Norse was really working up behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it was really a Norse project. So I'm glad that I just happened to be lucky enough to fall in this little circle of other like companies that do stuff like this that I can have access to. But that's also why we had to kind of delay putting it out there, because Norse wanted to launch it at Gen Con, and being that it was they were the funders behind it and everything. Of course, that's their prerogative and such. So, yeah.
Strike one at serving hands. No. It says holding Jay's wood feels different in person, Eric, or this box feels different in person. Strike one.
Well, there are ways to find out. I'm just saying.
No. Gotta pay me for that shit. Shit ain't free.
So what was everybody up to while we were off gallivanting at Gen Con? Was there anything cool or awesome that we missed while we had the week off?
Gallivanting? I wasn't gallivanting. I was working my ass off.
Dude, I'm trying to have some fun with this. Back off.
I don't know. Anyone play any games? I played no games at Gen Con. None.
Oh, Scott, has your sideboard game started? Or Scott was doing a sideboard game. I know that was coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, that's a cool comparison, having these two next to each other like that.
Don't mind him choking my.
You can really tell the by adding that brown how much it makes it kind of a little pop.
Yeah, it's a big difference in color. Are you using a paint or an ink for that?
No, it's a paint.
Oh, that's a new one.
A whole line of transparent colors.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of has some ink properties, but retains
more of a wash
as well. So it doesn't soak into the wood as much as ink does, but having that paint on top, it's hard to describe.
Is it between like a wash and a glaze, like a transparent glaze without the shine?
Yeah. So Scott, I really like it though. I love those particular colors. So
Scott said it was a one shot, played it on Sunday night. How did it go, Scott? Did you like it?
Yeah, how did it go, man?
I'm interested in it. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, same here. I am very into the game. I just got my hard copy, so yeah, I'd love any kind of how was it? Was it fun?
That's the sound of me opening the record for everybody to see. I've never been a big record head. It's not quite my jam. I don't even. I have a Bluetooth record player somewhere, which works really well. So this is the inside of the record player for everybody here. I'm going to go to solo cam real quick here. This is the inside of the record. Said it was awesome. They had a blast. The cover of it is like the breakdown for the play. A bunch of rolls on it, but look at this record. It's like a foggy, ink-stained monstrosity. You see that, Jay? Weird, right? So for the music heads out there, this is really dope. And then inside of the other side of the record sleeve, put this back. Ooh, I did that wrong. I always forget record sleeves are not exactly square. They're kind of more of a rectangle. Inside the other side is this, Jay, which is the High King Augur. It's the adventure. Inside of it's got 1, 2, 4 double-sided pages with crazy ass art that you expect from Mork Borg, like this. It's insanity. So I'm excited. I think it looks really fun. I'll probably play it. I've been trying to look up the music for it. He said it's DMCA free. It's called the Putrance Reagent Mork Borg Bog Crawl.
Did you get the Vossen soundtrack?
No, they're Free League is sending me a bunch of stuff for Vossen. That's one of the things I can't talk about. Can't talk about the new Vossen stuff coming out. Or Walking Dead. Can't talk about the extra deeds.
Yeah, I wish I had more detail about Walking Dead. I'm happy that I've got my Kickstarter. I've got the, I'm all.
I can say, AKA, I may or may not have something in a box.
I hate you.
You should. Most people do.
Yeah, but that's for other reasons.
No, it's not. It's always the same reason.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Let me see what this is on here. So Putrescence, oh, it's on here. Oh, they have the full album online. Hold on here. Here's a bonus track. Yeah, the whole album's on Spotify. Here's a bonus track. I don't know if it's DMCA free, but I'm fine with it. We'll just be silent during this and I'll cut it. Ready? We all know this voice. It's 16 minutes long, this fucking last track. Well, you can't hear it, Jay. Hold on.
No, I can't hear it right now.
Now you can.
I have YouTube turned off because of the whole echo bullshit.
No. I got it for you. Can you hear it now?
No. Really low. Right there, I can hear it now.
It's quiet.
The wind from the west,
Look at
from the
this.
sundered land, rock drives it, and the stench of blood.
Fucking love this dude's
Cursed
voice.
walker, will you travel there, to the valley of the unfortunate undead? Our young ones are taken by the child thief, Tergol, known for his vile crimes and
Drew, are you
alchemy
listening
of
to this?
flesh. Distances shift, paths between places warp, as if this pale, lightless world possessed a will and bitter life, its mercy curdled to
We're doing
wrath
good, Amulet.
over a too long age. Who are you? The grave robber with silver glittering between cracked fingernails.
This is
The mistake
amazing.
To would bend the world's miserable heart away from its inevitable.
So there's a whole soundtrack like that. Here's the first track. It's 2 minutes. It's just music. And it's all like doom metal and shit like that. But I mean, yeah. So this is the album. This is for Mork Borg. I love this art. So I'm excited. There's some stuff with them and Alchemy. Alchemy's working really hand in hand with Free League, which makes me very happy because I love Free League stuff. They are top 2 company for me, hands down. I can't even show. I have something special to show off that Amulet is doing, but I gotta wait. I'll wait till it's done, Amulet, so we can show off whatever the final product is that you're happy about when you get it there. Amulet is surprised me with something that is absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna use it for something. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until it's done before I showcase it. Mork Borg is gorgeous. I think it's homage to the old metal magazines and metal album covers of old. And makes even the new stuff like doom metals and shit like that. So I'm excited. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, I know who Noel is. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you all that a little bit. I'm super excited. They've done 2 albums. They make amazing stuff. Ooh, look at that. Are the corners gonna be a different color, Jay?
No, I'm leaving them natural.
All right, on the
so they can just roll with the rest of the lid.
Ah, okay. Let me put some different music back on. We'll go back to we'll go to this one. Boop. Turn it down for me.
I do have to, before I start painting the chakras themselves, I am going to have to pull up a chart because I forget which ones are which color. So I got to do.
Oh, for chakras? I mean,
yeah.
I bet you I could tell you still. I'm looking at your piece here. So I know the rainbow of the Roy G. Biv down. I just don't know what each symbol is.
Yep. Because
it's like fuchsia, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red from top to bottom. Because it's crown, third eye. Oh God. Throat, heart. It's not stomach or lung. It's
solar plexus.
Solar plexus. Thank you. And sacral, and then root. Right, foot or root.
Yep, root.
Groin.
And
dick.
The second one is the third eye.
Yeah, second, so third eye. Yeah.
Crown, third eye, throat, and the third eye is the creative center.
But I don't know what the symbols are for each. So that's the thing I don't know. I just know the colors.
They're in this order.
Oh, you did them top down? Okay.
Yep. So they are in order. They're appropriate, the whole 9 yards.
It's definitely a mood when you're a Red Lantern. Oh yeah, Analyst, this is the new boxes if you haven't seen them. These are the new ones that came out from Elderwood. They're the tri box, is that what it's called? Right?
Yeah, they're just calling it. So far, the internally it's just the triple vault.
The triple vault. So there's circles. It holds 3 sets of dice. Even holds dispel dice. There's a rolling tray on the inside when you take the foam out. Oh yeah, he's showing right now. And then these are cedar. Probably not going to do another cedar run because they're kind of a pain to work with. They're very light. They are really fitted. Really fitted. They look really good.
Yeah.
And then this is his new design, which is like a henna chakra inspired style. So he's doing 2 versions because he's probably not going to get cedar again. And then are we going to do which one of these 2 are going to be the drawing this month? Whichever one you like more.
Yeah, we'll just kind of as we go along, we'll see what everybody thinks of each one, and we'll put one up as the raffle piece, and we'll do the other one as a
pleather inside. Oh, and the one that's on screen right now is the one that he currently has up for sale. It's the first one he's done.
So you guys see this. I'm holding it upside down by the bottom. And I'm shaking it. It's not coming open.
Right. The magnets are strong.
All metal dice. And they're not just small metal dice.
That looks so pretty, dude.
This thing is a beast.
It looks so good.
So yeah, I am super happy. I mean, it's just a quality product all the way around.
I can't wait to put the moth logo on there.
That's that lighter weight. So magnets, very basic science.
Magnets, what are they good for? Everything.
Well, yes, magnets have their own strength. So one of the nice things about this being a lighter box is that you can put 3 metal sets of metal dice in this, and because there's no extra weight from the bottom of the box itself, it'll hold together.
Because that is a problem in some boxes.
You either need more magnets to compensate for the weight of the box.
Yep.
So this is one thing that's really, I'm super happy with this piece.
Yeah, dude, that turned out so good. I'm so excited for these.
Yes, me too.
This and I think the Cryptic Creative Vault, the Coffin Vaults are my two favorites right now on the market.
That Coffin Vault is a steady seller for me. It does really well.
It's just so. I mean, I have a coffin holder for my little spider.
I have 7 ravens over there to be painted right now.
Nice.
Because it's just consistently moving.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? All right. How about new designs that aren't even on my site yet or anything?
Let me go back to the big
These are
camera.
brand new. This is my werewolf inspiration.
Oh, it's the moons. Okay.
Yeah. So you have the spectrum, the moon spectrum, but you've got these nice claw marks kind of coming on the chest, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just the Elderwood is similar. It's just got the 4 moons with a little box, but we've got the claw marks going through it. So,
for Werewolf, the new game.
Or even if you're just like me, I'm a Lycan fan.
Yeah, right. No. I when you said Werewolf, I was thinking your Werewolf Howling at the Moon one. Amulet asked, are these available unpainted?
I could make them available unpainted. Anything that I have on my site, if you want it unpainted, just ask.
Just ask. So let's talk Werewolf.
Okay.
Did you pick the book up?
No.
Was it because the paper quality was unnerving and not good?
No.
That was my reason. That parchment style weirdness that they decided for the paper was a turnoff. I will get the PDF.
Yeah, there was a writer, game developer that had put out some details from behind the scenes on how things went during the development of the game that gave me certain pause. So until I have time to really sit down and look at the game and determine certain things,
were these bad mechanic designs or just more cultural people being upset about a book thing?
Yes, but not just that. I mean, like, my favorite clan is the Get of Fenris, and I do not want the whole damn clan to be a Nazi. And that's what I'm understanding.
No,
they took all of the Get of Fenris and converted them all to the Sword of Baldur.
I don't know anything about them. Are they Nazis? Is the Sword of Baldur Nazis?
Yeah.
So they're like the bad guys?
That's been a thing for a long time, that the Sword of Baldur subset of the Get of Fenris was your Nazis. But it wasn't the whole clan, because like the Get of Fenris was supposed to be your barbarians, your Norse kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. I wish you would have went and looked at it, because I wanted somebody else's opinion on it. I picked up the book and opened it, and like, I love the new vampire book. I know I'm a little different than everybody else.
I like the new vampire book. The vampire book is amazing. It's cute. It's sexy. I mean
everything else. So like, a company makes a book, and if one person is doing something wrong, I'm not going to disown a company or a book,
right,
because there's so many other creatives that are involved, right? And also, I'm going to say the same thing I say all the time. It is a work of fiction. If the person behind it is a piece of shit, that is a different conversation, right? Like an actual piece of shit. But they're writing fiction to create drama and bad-filled moments, because you do need horror and bad-filled moments and things in games, whatever it is. There are going to be things that make you feel uncomfortable. If a game is going to make you feel comfortable the entire time you're playing it, you should not be playing certain tabletop RPGs, because they are made to inspire drama and do bad things so you're the good guy. Right?
I understand.
So, well, I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general. But when I pick up a book and the quality of your book is half as good as the book sitting next to it, I have to question what is going on in your company. Why did your quality level dip?
Yeah.
And that, like, its paper is like thick, like I don't want to say burlap, but it has that like canvasy weird stock to it. And I don't know if that was a choice. And if it was a bad choice. because it fucks up the print quality. So I'm going to play PDF with it. If I get a book sent to me to review, I'll go through it a little bit more. God, and Vampire, remember everybody was mad about Vampire because they changed a bunch of the clans of Vampire. And the whole history and story changed when Vampire came out. All of it changed. And everyone was really upset about it. And my thing is, like, history's got to move forward. Like, we can't just live in the same pocket. But if they're getting rid of clans, that's really weird for Werewolf. Like, that's kind of odd.
As I understand, and I mean, I'm reading articles from, like, even just 20 hours ago.
Or maybe there's going to be another book that comes out with the ones that are missing.
Well, no, Get is the one that's missing. And it's not really missing. They turned them into the bad guys. And then they made it, and here's the thing where so they took all of the Get of Fenris and made them all Nazis, and they wanted to make them also playable. So they're making playable Nazi werewolves.
Are you going to be against the clan, maybe?
Well, that's what it is. Everybody's supposed to be against the Get of Fenris.
No. I mean, if you play them, are you like against the group? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you fighting them?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at the mechanics on how, or the way they represent that in the story.
Oh, also, this is a different book cover. So this 5th edition pre-order is a different book cover than... And now it's not coming out to the 30th.
They had them at the show.
I know. They had tons of them at the show. Weird. And there's no collector's editions. Yeah, kind of Wolfenstein, Amulet. That's kind of how I felt about it, too. That's so...
Well, Wolfenstein's one thing, but when you can start playing the Nazis in Wolfenstein...
Yeah, I know. You're murdering the Nazis in Wolfenstein, but I didn't know they were playable. I had to pre-order the fucking book in order to get the PDF. And the art's great. Like, the art in the book was cool. I really liked everything. The PDF looks good, but when I saw it in person, there's just this, like, dithering that happens because it's on a canvas.
Yeah.
Really weird choice.
Yeah, if you go online and just look at articles written in the last month, there's not a lot of people writing good things about it.
Is it the rules they don't like, or is it just people about the poor choice?
Yeah, the poor choices.
I want to know about the mechanics more than anything else. I can take a poor choice out of a fucking book. It's very easily. It takes 2 seconds to rewrite a rule.
But you're supporting people that make those poor choices. It's like supporting Elon Musk, you know?
Well, you're on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Like, it's not really supporting. It's just, if it's a game that I want to play, I'm going to cut the fat. And I'm going to support all the good people who are on there. I got to think of it that way. Like, there's so many other people who are good on the project. I don't want them to lose their job because of one bad guy. Instead, the person who wrote that should be called out and shipped out.
Well, that's just it. They had a writing group. They had outsourced it to be written, and then they decided to scrap everything from these people who were mostly BIPOC.
And internally, they did that.
And then they took it internally.
I'm not saying it's not true. I just need proof. You know what I'm saying? Like, hearsay is so huge right now. I won't go on that. Now, if this was Corpse Talk, I would say totally different things because of how Corpse Talk's going to be done.
They were totally... the person who wrote the first article was part of the writing group that was cut.
That sucks. It sucks.
So...
But,
you know...
Again,
but
a lot of...
Nobody's been able to disprove that article.
I think it'll just fall to the wayside. I don't think it'll get disproven. I don't think it'll... Unless somebody really comes out and guns a-blazing. I think it looks, art-wise, I think it looks good. I'm curious to see the mechanics for the game. We'll see. I know people have left that company. That's all I'll say. You know what I mean? For reasons. And I don't know Renegade from a hole in the wall because I have not worked with them personally. Although their party was huge.
They're just a distributor, aren't they?
Renegade is the distributor for Hunter Entertainment.
Yeah.
Publisher, actually, I think. Publisher for Hunter Entertainment.
Yeah.
But that means that's two groups that have passed. I just wonder if people are reading between the lines too much. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It happens. You can't say it doesn't because it does.
Oh, no,
Both ways go. I'll tell you what. I just reached out and asked for PDF to look at. We'll see if I get one by the end of this afternoon. You know how that goes. But on a way happier note, did you go through all the playrooms and how many rooms there were actually playing games this year at Gen Con? It was insane.
It was insane.
And the tunnel all the way. Yeah, but the tunnel too.
That was huge. I'm like, I got lost in that place like twice.
Did you go to the tunnel all the way out to the dome?
No, I
they
did
had
not
a
make it out
whole
there.
fucking makers market down there for artists and shit. It was really cool. One of the people from Cobalt Press, Amber, had her booth down there, which was like not Artist Alley. It was like brand new people coming in and a more cost effective. And they picked local first to kind of make like a local makers market at Gen Con. Really fucking cool concept. I'm interested to see how it all turns out. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, PDF in. They say I'll get to you in an hour, so we'll know in an hour. That's the solution. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know. You know, read into it. Let me know what you think.
Fuck that. I'm gonna send it to you to read. I ain't got time for that shit. You want to read it? All for you, buddy. You can read it happily. I had another thing on my list for stuff. Ahsoka this month. Are you excited?
Yes. Just for the sheer fact that I'm hoping that Chopper has like a whole episode to himself.
Yeah. That's my little boy. Where's he at? Come here, Chopper. Come here, Chopper.
Chopper's my hero in Rebels. I don't care what anybody says. And if anybody ever has the guts to do it, a Chopper K2SO combo, like
a paint job,
a buddy droid movie.
Oh my god! Could you imagine
those two on just like effed up missions, doing like whatever the hell they want, kind of thing?
That would be actually really entertaining.
I think so.
I mean, they are great droids. And then throw HK in there for the hell of it. Let's get some murder. Murder and mayhem.
Or IG-11, the nurse droid.
Yup. Let me see here. Well, I hear cards being played. I don't know the number for this. Hold on here. Let's see what we got for cards. Someone just played. I heard 2 cards go off, I think. In the background. For those who don't know, the cards are how you get entered in to win our LAUGHAL this month. For those who are new, I saw a couple new people drop in. Each time you play one, if you get riddles to laugh, or me reading the cards, you get an entry for the month. Very little entries so far. I don't know how Ko-Fi looks, but you can also pick up Ko-Fi if you want. Ko-Fi is a way to not have to do all that. And just get LAUGHALs.
Name I didn't recognize that ordered like 5 tickets.
Yeah. We had some new names in here today on and off. I pimped EFP a lot at Gen Con. A lot at Gen Con. Mostly because I know I'm going to be doing a lot more with it with the interview show and all that stuff going on. I can say my digital business card worked really well at Con. I made an NFC business card with secret on it. So I can just card tap people. It was amazing. Worked great. I'm excited to see how it evolves, if it works well the way I want it to work, like if it keeps going. And then there was something else I was going to talk about. Well, let's do these cards. Let's see if I can remember what we're doing these cards. God damn it. Thanks, Serving Hands, for this one. Are you ready, Riddles? I don't know if you're going to laugh.
I'm nervous.
Direwolf anal gland expressor is a job I never wish to have. God. Why? Why would you say that?
I don't know. It's kind of awkward.
Roll for initiative versus a lichen. What did you need? I think you got a 7. I think you need a 9. You failed. That's for making me read that out loud. I did do my hat. That is true. Hold on here. So for Cobalt Press, they were giving me shirts to wear, but you're so hot at the convention, you sweat through them. Like they turn the air off as soon as like the show's done. So I made my own, and now everybody wants it. Everybody wants this hat. It's been everywhere. So here's the hat that I made. So it's got the be bold, be brave, be valiant. On this side, it's got the Cobalt Press, right? And on this side, it's got my signature. So these turned out pretty well, but now everybody wants it. And I was like, I only made one. So I'm going to see if I'm allowed to make them and sell them. Or if they're going to sell them on their site, but we'll see.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. It's technically not their full logo. It's just the slogan. I split the logo in half, so they can't even really yell at me. I do have a record about that, but it's not about cleaning the anal glands of a werewolf. You sicko. Gross. Gross. Disgusting. Well, we got about 5 minutes left.
Oh, wow. Has it gone that fast?
Yeah, man. We crushed through this one. We can go a little bit later. We started like 10 minutes, so we can go a little later.
I'm doing some modeling to this right now, trying to give it a little bit of, make it not so flat.
Yeah.
I want some kind of life to this. I don't want it to be like just a static kind of thing. So we're going to add some little modeling to it to kind of give it a little real life kind of effect.
Not fake lives, real lives.
Well, you know, with AI floating around, anything could be a fake.
Oh man, the Wizards of the Coast got hammered.
Oh yeah, that whole. I don't know. I read some of the behind like actual stuff on that. From what I understand, they did artwork and then used AI to enhance it.
I don't know the story. It doesn't matter what is done. When you're that company, you got to be careful.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And that is the opposite of careful. Like,
you're not wrong.
Legitimately not the same. Like you done gone fucked up now, sir. I mean, you're on the hot seat all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you're in that company, you're constantly in the hot seat. So I have vampire in here, right? I do. Do I have under hunter? What do I have all these under? I got the PDF. I'm downloading it.
Oh, okay.
Do I not have?
You know, we're gonna switch. We're gonna try out that one.
Werewolf 5e. I'll just do that. Because technically, I think it is 5e. Oh, they have a low and a high resolution version of it. That's kind of cool. I guess probably for your phone. Kind of smart, right?
What?
They have low and high resolution versions of the werewolf book.
Oh, okay.
Probably for your phone.
Well, I'd probably get the. I mean, I like getting the high res on stuff like that because of the fact that I will utilize like the artwork and stuff in there to make my own handouts for live play stuff.
Oh no, I agree. I'm saying they probably have one for travel for your phone. That's why there's a low res to like make it a clean, easy situation. I'm curious to see what it's like. I'll look over. I'll glance through it. I have a lot of shit to look over. I just don't. Actually, this weekend I'll have some time. The lady's out of town this weekend, so maybe I'll do that while I'm in between designing stuff. I'll need breaks from design. There you go. Uploading to you right now, sir.
Yay!
I know you're more excited about it than anyone else I know currently. Of course it's from you, and it's absolutely disgusting, Serving Hands. You only have one line in the sand, and it's a shit trail. Always something gross and over the top. There's only one level of go for you. It's all right. It's the right show for it. Welcome home. So, are you painting white over the symbols so they're easier to paint? Is that what you're doing right now?
It's not white. It is a warm gray, a light warm gray.
Gotcha.
So it's not quite as sharp on the contrast by doing that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of those transparents on top of this, and it's going to give me a good wet blend for the gradient that I want to do for this one.
Do you have a brand of brushes for dry brush that you like? I've been looking at Ninjon's paint stuff, and he's got some really nice oversized makeup brushes that he has made for him for dry brushing. I'm thinking about picking a set up.
Oh, I wish I knew that, because I mean, like, this is what I use for like my bigger stuff, like for the as far as makeup brushes go.
Yeah,
I have 3 of these. They're really great. I have some of these. These are amazing. They're great ways to add a subtle texture to some of your bigger pieces.
they just cover well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Absolutely agreed.
Because Ninjon works with Monument Hobbies.
Yep.
And Monument, I think, makes his dry brushes. I'm pretty
I don't know
sure.
his brushes. I know they have a paint set for him.
Now, I did a limited one. It has like his name on it and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
It's like a wooden box. Let me see if I can find
I
it.
might do them because I don't remember them having that before. And for anybody who wants to get into Monument, I do have a discount code. I'm just saying.
D
If you're
series
looking at-
dry brushes is what it looks like they are. It's D series. That's the company.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I don't know who that is. They look just like makeup brushes, actually. Here, hold on. Let me pull them over to the cam here, everybody. They're these. Oh yeah, those are really nice, actually. But Ninjon has a custom set of them.
Nice.
The D looks like the Detroit symbol. But I'm thinking about grabbing a set of these. They're not huge. They're like $80, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 brushes, a washer for it to clean them, and then a texture post to wipe the paint off. That's the other thing I've been thinking about getting is a texture mat. Have you seen people using those lately for painting?
Yeah, I have.
I've been thinking about getting one over using paper towel. Because you can kind of see what it's going to look like when you lay it down.
Yeah.
If Monument would make a sharp edge silicone mat. You know what I mean? So it's easy to clean.
Right. Well, that's what I'm using here.
Or Turbo Dork. Turbo Dork makes the little trays, right?
Yeah, Turbo Dork makes trays like these.
Yeah. So if they had those, but they were like flat, like a flat mat that's out like you have now, but it's textured with like brick, wood,
Yeah.
and like intricate circular pattern, so you can see what your brushes look like. That'd be great. I have some Trical brushes as well. I use Gears and Games for a lot of my miniature painting. For like actual painting, I have a whole bunch of sable brushes and stuff like that. But yeah, here, I'll put this in your chat so you can see it. This is definitely the same set, but it's just a different one. And for those in the audience, this is the set that I know Ninjon uses, but it's not his series.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, they're really rounded, really dense.
Yep. And that's what you want for a good dry brush.
You do. And soft.
Yep.
Everyone does rigid. I'm like, no, you don't want rigid. You want a soft brush.
Rigid comes in handy if you're dry brushing an edge.
But you can just use an old shitty brush for that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, here's the, here we go. Here's the Artist Opus one for Slay the Gray. Slay the Gray is him and Miniature Maniacs podcast for like, Plastic Mini Slay the Gray. That's their set. And then Ninjon's got one where it's on the top. That's the set I was thinking of. I found it. It's 123 for it because it's named, and I think it has an extra brush. Yeah, it's got 5 brushes instead of 4. I might have to pick a set up. They look really good. So it's a XL and S and M and L and XL and a 3 ml brush soap and a dampening pad. Oh, that's kind of nice to tap the water off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could afford this right now, but yeah, no, I'm gonna have to.
Well, the other one's the same exact one minus 1 brush, and it's 80.
Right.
So
even then, I'm like,
My buddy picks up makeup
brushes. It'd be really fun to paint the box it came in.
Well, they're a painting group, so you could shoot them a line. Ninja might do something like, yo, I'd love to paint that for you. Synthetic mongoose. I don't know if I've used mongoose hair and known it. I'm looking at my brushes. I don't have a mongoose set. It's this one I use the most frequently. It's one of the old Winsor Newtons. It's a sable synthetic blend.
Winsor Newton's a solid brand, man. I mean, it's kind of...
I like them because they're not too costly, and you can beat the shit out of them, and you don't feel bad about it. I like them for terrain.
Oh yeah,
terrain and vehicles. It's pretty cool. So for those who are looking on screen right now, that is the box for this month. That's the Death Box Works of Whimsy. It's got 2 compartments in it, a smaller one, a large one, for all your dice, your tokens, your cards, pretty much whatever you want. You can fit inside that box. It's a pretty damn good size. That's one of the new designs from Works of Whimsy and him.
You remember?
What's up?
You remember my character Koza, right?
Yeah.
My little goblin guy.
Yeah, the one that's in our ads.
I found. Well, no, that's me. That's not Koza. That's me.
I thought it was one and the same. That's got a glare on it, but.
Well, let me get to the screen so I can actually look at it.
I can put it full screen for you. No. What? That's great looking art.
It's Mark Poole. He does artwork for Magic. And there were a lot of the artists in the Artist Alley area were doing this. They had like unique token cards like this.
Oh.
I saw it, and I had him sign it to Koza.
Aw, dude, Artist Alley this year was fire.
Yeah, because this looks like what Koza should look like when he's old. That cross, like, what if Dungeon Master was a goblin instead of a human? A little dwarf.
It's Yoda, baby.
Kinda, yeah. But yeah, that's... So I was super happy with finding that one and going like, oh yeah, I need one of those. Can you sign it to Koza?
That's adorable. That's actually really cute. Well, Riddles, is there anything else you want to talk about before we close the show out for the day?
Drugs are bad unless they're medically prescribed or you have a medical card for them. Yeah.
Or you don't talk about it in public. It's like Fight Club.
Oh, what? I'm gonna throw this. I have successfully been to a con in Indiana near the home of Eric and was not forced to drink Malort.
I did not give it to you. I didn't see you when I had it on me.
So
you missed the after parties.
Here's mine.
Wait till you hear what I'm doing. I have a grand plan. I've told one person about it, and it is going to be wild if I can pull it off. Annie's will never be the same again. Anything for me. It was a good show. It was a busy show. I'm excited to be working for like one company or just myself for the next show so I can actually enjoy chilling a little bit more.
If everything works out, I'm hoping to be part of at least 3 different Kickstarters coming up within the next year.
Good goal.
So, and I think I've got them all lined up. Some things are, obviously there's customizations and stuff like that need to happen, and can we tool this or that or the other. But yeah, so hoping, we'll see.
Are you do you think that you'll be at Gamehole Con?
I have no plans to be.
It's my favorite small convention in the United States.
I have one more con that I might be going to, and that's the one here in Tucson, because
that's a driving distance for you.
Right. Well, I live in Tucson.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's drive distance.
The thing for that is that the local game shop is they sell my stuff at 2 of their 3 stores right now.
Yep.
We'll be expanding to the 3rd store here shortly, and the conversation right now is for me to have a table at their booth.
Oh, cool.
That I will be, tending the whole 9 so far. Yeah. So
I'll tell you one thing never to do. Don't paint live at a booth. I've done it. It's not fun.
No, I have no plan to do that. Nope.
Bring a Sharpie, sign your shit. That's what you should do. Everyone who buys a box, I'm like, do you want me to sign it for you? That's what I would do every time.
Yeah. So
I do that for books. I signed so many goddamn Tales of the Valiant books.
Well, see, I haven't reached that point yet where like people don't go to a con and look for me.
No, but here's the thing. If you sign it now, it's a moment for someone who bought a box with you that's a one of a kind that they love. And if you ever do hit that moment in time where people like Riddles paints boxes for Critical Role, whatever it is, they can be like, I have a signed piece from him. I got it like way in the beginning. It makes a memory, which is kind of our jobs.
Yeah.
Is to make a memory for somebody. It's not an ego thing for me. It's like No, it's
not. It's just that I know I'm not at that level where people would want that.
You never know.
So
a lot of people don't ask. A lot of people are afraid to ask for signatures. You're not. You ask everybody for signature.
I'm a comic book collector. Of course
right.
I ask.
Yeah, it's a different breed. Different fucking breed. You are 100% correct on that one. But so other than that, for me, this month we only have watching paint dries on Thursday, but I'm going to be streaming some as well on the side.
And everybody, it's 4 Thursdays this month.
Yeah, we have 4 this month. You get an extra month to try to win the lovely Death Box.
Yep.
So I will be streaming Corpse Talk building and Coriolis building for the streams, getting everything set up, building cards. So I'll be on streams during the day, just doing some longer streams, shooting the shit. Right now, I'm waiting to find out what's going on with Kobold Press. I covered yesterday for them because they're still deciding what they're going to do with the full-time position, who they're bringing on. I was like, hey, look, I've already got the stuff set up. If you want me to cover you, I contracted and did that for them. I may do that next Wednesday. The talk hasn't happened yet, so I'm waiting to find out. And then
Amalith, I kind of do the same thing you do. My business card looks like a Magic card.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. I think that's all the stuff. Oh, I'm going to run some Living... I think I'm going to run some Living Athantia this month because I got some extra time. To kind of get us prepped to play some more Athantia. And then once we're back in a full Athantia swing in October, I'll be running Living Athantia every other week. If people sign up. I'm just going to make a scheduled time, same every week, and we'll run it every other week. That's the game plan. I just don't like running it out of season because I like tying it to the show. So yeah. And that's it for me, man. It's been crazy. I'm still recovering the voice from the show.
I'm definitely still recovering.
I have 4 hours of sleep every day. My roommate was Thomas from Cobalt Press, who was awesome. I got to see a bunch of people I never met before.
It was great meeting him at dinner too.
Do you know he worked for TSR?
No, I did not.
Dude, he's a legend.
Nice.
Yeah. He worked for TSR. He worked for TSR when out here. He worked for one of the magazines, if I remember correctly. And then Thomas also worked for, I believe it was EA at a point in time. And then he writes novels. Like, he's a bestseller. And then he came in Cobalt Press. They're like, we need an editor. and they had already kind of been looking to pick somebody up, and he applied and he got the job, and he's been editing for Cobalt Press since. He's an OG, like legitimate. We were talking TSR stories and the people we know in the industry, and Zeb Cook, and like the people we knew so many people that lined up. It was frightening. So some good stories, but yeah, he's really good. I'll have to find his novels and put him up on one of the streams one of the times. He's a really good dude. Rooming him was great. But sincerely, just nice Texan boy. Good old Texas boy. Actually from Indy. He lived in Indy for a while too. So he's been around the block. He's been around the block. All right, Riddles. We'll wave bye. I'm gonna do our sign out like I always do.
Hey guys.
You didn't say bye, Riddles? You didn't say bye, Riddles?
I was trying to be nice for a change. Bye, Riddles!
Man, I thought I was in a parallel dimension for a minute. All right, everybody, if you're watching this later on YouTube, down below there's going to be comments. Leave comments. We love responding to them. On top of that, thank you for joining us for the first episode of our August Laughal. Laughal's just our word for raffle. Every time you make us laugh, you get an entry. If you know people who love dice boxes that want to get involved, down below there's the Ko-Fi link. Tell them to pick up tickets. We know this is in the middle of everyone's work day. They can't always make it here. So pick up a ticket. Get into the Laughal and have a chance to win this new box. It is gorgeous. On top of that, on this side, there's probably going to be a bell to click. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, but before that, 500. If we hit 500, we get a bunch of the cool YouTube funsy stuff that you expected from Twitch to be here. We get access to that. And then on this side, there'll be a video to watch. It's probably going to be Dragonlance, since we just finished that series. But thank you everybody for joining us. We will be back next week. We got 4 weeks of watching paint dry this time. And yeah, man, go paint something. Paint some miniatures. Paint a dice box. Paint your fingernails. Have a good one, everybody.